We're here on a Segway with Phoenix Raceway President Julie Giese. We're about to go run around the track, talk a little bit about racing, hosting the big championship race here in November. So lots to talk about.
Absolutely, let's go.
Time to go.
Ready to go.
All right, Julie, so first of all, Phoenix is such a unique racetrack. What makes this venue so unique and easy to promote for fans?
Well, I think if you look at what we did with the modernization project, which we opened in November of 2018, it's all about the fan experience now. You can really make this whatever type of experience you want. You can sit in the grandstands and watch the race. You can go into the infield, be part of Gatorade Victory Lane, walk into the NASCAR garages, and just really find your own way around this place and explore. We've got Wi-Fi from the moment you walk in the gates, which is a huge thing these days. So it's just a lot of fun, and we really key in on that fan experience so that you can make it your own.
$178 million renovation. I know that was a big project for you guys. What kind of impact have you seen on the renovation, and what are some of the positives you can take away from that?
Well, I think the biggest impact is what's coming in November. I think getting the NASCAR championships was a direct correlation to the fact that we have this beautiful facility now, and it is a facility that the industry is proud to promote. But if you look at even just from a ticket sales perspective and excitement in Phoenix, in the state of Arizona, that they have this beautiful facility now. We've always had great racing here. Now we have the fan experience that matches it.
It's no longer the case where fans are just going to sit in the stands and watch a race. So how difficult was it the past couple of years figuring out ideas to make the fan experience, more catering for everybody?
Well, and I think that's what you talk about. We can cater to almost anybody now. And NASCAR has always been about access. That is what our sport does best. You can get close to the drivers, you can get close to the teams. And so what we did, really, as we worked on this project, it was, okay, how do we take that to the next level? What is even more access than they're already getting? And that's what that infield experience does. You can, again, walk into those NASCAR garages. Even if you're not a race fan, walking into the garages and the drivers and the race cars are right there, the teams are working on them, it's like walking into the locker room.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that in other sports. So for us, it was really about what else can we do? How can we bring them even closer to the action? And I think Gatorade Victory Lane is another part of that. You get to be like 2 feet away from the winning car as it's pulling in, and you're getting wet with Gatorade and hats are being thrown out. It's just a whole lot of fun.
This is something unique. We're hitting the banking here in turn 3.
Here.
It's starting to get a little steep.
I know, I'm like, you're on the low end there.
I know. But we talk about the Segways and doing different things that you have access to at a racetrack. What some of those ideas of just not even racing related, but doing things like the Segways, how have you seen those results pay off?
I think for us, it's all about getting new people out here. And certainly we want race fans out here, but I just want people to come out and see what we've done. Because when you drive over the bridge on your way up here, that view is remarkable. You can't beat that. And then you walk up and you're like, wow, this is like, I had no idea. And just to get that interest and intrigue, that's what we want. Because then they're going to ask questions. What else can we do? What are we, what other things do you have here? Can we rent a room for a Christmas party or other office events? And that's what we want. We just want to get people out here to see what we do.
I'm telling you, this banking is getting steeper and steeper as we go. It looks like we're going to move the golf cart down finally, right?
Yeah,
you got the higher banking too.
I know, I'm got a serious lean on right
I know.
Now.
So we talk about the renovations, we talk about all the different changes you guys have made. We're heading towards the start-finish line, which was something completely new and different, changing the location of that.
Yes.
Where did that idea just first start?
Well, so the reason for the start-finish line change really had to do with our fans again. And we used to have the start-finish line behind us right where we just passed. And we had grandstands there. Those fans sat in the sun for hours. It's a south-facing grandstand, metal bleachers, just not a great experience when you want to sit in a seat for 3 hours. So we repositioned the grandstands into the dogleg, and as you can see, like all the seats are in the shade now.
Yeah.
So it's a much better experience. Well, so we moved the seats around. Well, you can't really keep the start-finish line in an area where there's no grandstands. So we moved the start-finish line right before the dogleg. We're the only start-finish line that's essentially in a turn, and it's right before that, what we think is the most exciting turn in racing with the dogleg and the dive bombing that happens here.
Oh, you guys have done a great job. I'm already picturing it now. You look at how wide it is right here, but to see those cars fan out 5, 6 wide, it was a great move.
Yeah, the view from the grandstands of those restarts are absolutely tremendous because you hit that start-finish line and they are like 7, 8, 9 wide, and especially the truck race is fun because they're bottoming out, so you've got some sparks that are popping up. It's a really cool experience, and you don't get that other places.
Yeah, we're crossing the start-finish line now.
We are.
And the start-finish line, how about that?
All right.
That's the lap right there. But we talk about finishing first, and something that's going to be ultra important come November is the driver finishing first in that championship race, which you guys now get to host. When you first heard the idea, and you guys were going to host a championship race, what was the immediate thought that ran through your mind?
Really? And then I'm like, well, this is awesome. Let's start planning. I worked at Daytona for 14 years, and we had the pleasure of putting on the Daytona 500 and all the things that go along with that. Like my creativity just started to go on all the things that we can do out here and all the things that we can do in the community leading up to championship, because this is a community that hosts Super Bowls and Final Fours and All-Star games. Like this, we do big events, and we do them well. So to me, it was just like, okay, let's go. Like, let's put the helmet on and start driving, because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk about putting on big events. Every single weekend here is a big event, but the championship race is going to be big. I know you've had almost like you sit down, all the employees in a war room, just go over ideas. What were some of the ideas that you guys are thinking about for championship weekend?
There's so many different things. That's the problem. There are like hundreds and hundreds of things that we can do.
What not to choose,
exactly.
right?
And it's like, okay, how do we, like, what is right for this market? What is right for this industry? How do we do right by the industry and for giving us this opportunity? And for us, and I've said it, like, I want to make it incredibly difficult for NASCAR to want to move this championship, because we have the support of the industry, the community, our partners, our race fans. Our race fans deserve this race. Like, we are so proud that we get to host the championship for them and they get to be a part of that. So for us, the ideas are endless. Like, we've talked about, like, we could do 100 things pretty good, but we want to do like a dozen things really, really well and knock it out of the park.
Obviously a lot of pressure with that. You kind of mentioned how when you first found out, it's like, let's do it. Is there pressure hosting a championship race? I'm sure there is, but how much pressure is there?
There's a lot of pressure, and a lot of it I think is self-made, because we want to do well. Like, we want to put our best foot forward, and again, we just want to do right by everyone that made this decision and show them that they made the right decision. But then again, this community and our race fans, I want to make sure that they have just an absolutely memorable event. Like, it's the championship. Like, that's just, you don't get to do that all the time. No. And for our race fans to have that opportunity to be part of the celebrations, to be part of history, essentially, that's important for us. So, there's a lot of pressure, but it's a good pressure, because if you didn't feel it, like, that doesn't push you to strive, like, do new things and strive for better.
How much preparation goes into putting on a NASCAR event in general?
A lot of preparation. Our run from November to March is fast. March comes up really quickly after that November race weekend. And for us, I mean, we're constantly in planning mode and prep mode, and it's execution. Like, all of our advertising is running. We're working on finalizing pre-race entertainment. We're working on different parking things, and really just starting to respond to requests and what people need to make sure that they have a good race experience.
We're working through turn 1 here at Phoenix Raceway. This is so cool. I've never done this before. You can kind of see where the traction compound was laid down. That's pretty wide racing groove. But we talk about partners and working with the tracks. How often are you looking for new partnerships in racing? I know NASCAR and racing in general is very heavy on sponsorship.
Absolutely.
How often are you looking for that, and how important is it to find the right brand for you guys?
Well, we're looking every minute of the day. Sponsorship, like you said, that's what this series and this industry is built on. You see it on the cars, the drivers, the racetracks. It's the heart of what we do, aside from our race fans. So we're always looking, and to me, like, to find the right partner, we just want a partner who's passionate and has an interest in what we do and wants to help us activate, wants to help us grow, but vice versa. We want to be able to help that sponsor grow. I mean, that's why they're partnering with us. They have objectives and goals that they want to accomplish as well, and that's what makes it fun, because we obviously have our goals that we need to accomplish here, but then you layer on what the partners want. You get to do so many different fun things in the marketplace, and things that you'd never think that you'd be doing at a racetrack, but because a partner is involved and they're going to bring that idea to you, you get to do a lot of fun things.
It seems like you've got it all figured out and all planned, but this being a track president, you're kind of new to the game, but you seem to have taken this role, so well in your first few years. How has it been acclimating to the job and just working as track president?
Well, I appreciate that. It's like what the duck, calm above, like swimming like crazy underneath. But it's been a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, like the Phoenix Raceway team is the best in the business, and I'm surrounded by a lot of really great, talented, passionate, smart individuals that really are what makes this place work. They are the heart and soul of what we do. They work long hours and they truly love being here. So that's made my job a whole lot easier because you have a group of people that are surrounding you that truly love coming to work every day.
All right, Julie, I think that was the slowest lap ever recorded here at Phoenix, but you know what? It was the coolest lap. Lots to look forward to with this track, so I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for being out here.
Julie Giese, president of Phoenix Raceway. Make sure to check out the race in the spring and, of course, championship event in November. Remember, kids 12 and under are free to all NASCAR Xfinity Series and NASCAR Gander RV and Outdoors Truck Series races. For more information, visit nascar.com/kidstix.